Hello boys and welcome to Microsoft Paint. So today I thought we could go through the new Water 7 map and some strategies and paths that you can take to improve your gameplay. And yeah, to start us off, if you spawn here in red area, you have the path to A that you can take, which is basically for defenders, and either a defender and attacker should go to B. And then there's two paths for the two remaining people to go. So one of the problems that I see is that a lot of people forget about B treasure. So I suggest that if you're an attacker or a defender, you should try to go to B treasure at least. But let's take a look at all these both paths. So the first two go down to D treasure. This is really nice for attackers because basically every enemy is also going to focus on spreading out and getting C treasure and maybe even attacking B treasure. So you as an attacker should go here, and if you're lucky there's not even a defender in that spot. And if you're a runner, I think this C path is maybe the best because this is the fastest way to get to middle treasure, and the enemy is probably also going to do the same. And if you're lucky, you can get C treasure, and you should probably focus on going this way and going to E next, because if your friend has come this way, then the defender will have their hands full in this treasure, and you can capture E treasure quite easily. Here you also need to remember, if your enemy is KO'd, they will respawn here and you will have a harder time to capture treasure. Yeah, so let's take a look at some plays that you can do with different characters. So let's start with Kaku. So with Kaku, probably the best way to do this is go directly to C treasure, and from there you should go to E. If you're lucky, you're still alive here, but I don't think it matters if you die. This is basically the first thing you should do, and if you die it's okay, and you can go back and shift to someone else. And let's take a look at Usopp. If you switch into Usopp or someone else, it's probably best to not try and do something drastic, and maybe play it safe, go up on this bridge and see if you can either defend or attack C treasure. But here is important to remember that there are still many people that will try to go this way and try to take B area. But if you're an attacker or a runner, you shouldn't try to defend this if there's a defender, because they do a much better job, and there are only two boats here, so they have a good chance at being the only one that gets to that area fast. But yeah, so if you're Usopp, you should maybe try to stay in this C area for a time being, and then if you find an opening you can use this path and go to D area. Yes, and let's take a look at some defenders. We have Frankie here. So if you're a defender, early game you should try to take A treasure. Hopefully one of your friends will take B treasure. That way you can go from A treasure to B treasure, and then you defend here. The benefit of defending here is you have both these treasures really close to each other, so you can basically only be one defender and defend both. But if, for example, an attacker comes this way when you're defending, and then a runner decides to go that way, then you have a harder time if no one is respawning. So try to use the minimap to look where the enemies are coming, and then use stamps if you need help. And if you manage to get to C treasure, you're pretty much very safe in this area, because most of the battles will happen either on B and D treasure because of these ways. So we're pretty safe here, and you have a good chance of locking down C treasure until the end. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Attacker. I think everyone knows this one. Yeah. So if you spawn with Roger, first thing you should do is this. This is basically a guaranteed 5-0 if you play it right. because as I said, most of the enemies here would have gone maybe one defender here, one defender here, or maybe an attacker. If it's an attacker here, you have even better chance of winning, but then we have one going here and one going there. So you have a better chance of only encountering one enemy, and with Roger you should be able to win a 1v1. And yeah, then your friends can come and help when there are 3v1 over here. They can come and help over here, and you can get the 5-0 pretty easily. You should focus on putting pressure on the E treasure instead of capturing. That way you can basically have all these treasures and they can only have this one. So you probably get the team boost quite early, which will help you with the 5-0. Yes, so let's go through some small tips and tricks with some characters. So I have everyone here. Gaimon is gonna be the enemy spawning here, and we will have Gaimon coming from C treasure down to E treasure, and we are here defending B treasure. Now there is a small fence here, so you couldn't hit him with your cannon, or that's basically what they think, because this fence here doesn't act like a wall. It's basically one of the ledges. So your Goa cannon can basically go and hit him over there. That way you can defend both treasure at the same time. I don't know, but I think Fujitora and Ivanko's specials should also be able to hit. But I haven't tried it out. Okay, let's take a look at Usopp next. So let's say enemy is defending here D treasure, and you come over here. So there's a small set of stairs here. And since Usopp's basic attacks are tracking, he should be able to shoot down and hit the enemy that is defending. You should still be on your guard that the enemy doesn't come back up and try to attack you, because then it's even again. But you can still get some hits in and reduce the cooldown on skill 1. Yeah, and then for runners, one of my favorite strategies is this one. So let's say that enemy is defending here. You play runner, you come here, you take the boat here, they come back here and try to defend. Then you can basically use your skills or whatever and go back to C treasure and then take the boat back, because when you go here, the enemy is basically going back to D treasure and try to defend here, thinking that you will try to get this. But no, you go back here, take the boat and go back to E again. By this time you're basically just stalling, but hopefully maybe we will have a friend come back here and help stall you so that you can get E treasure, and basically then when Gaimon is dead you can go and capture D treasure again. Yeah. So I will show some gameplay on this map, and yeah, thank you all guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more tips and tricks coming soon. Yeah. Bye everyone.